Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Wow, it's been a long day. It's only just the afternoon, and as you can see, we're in a different place. Very festive. We're at a friend's house for Christmas this year, and one of the main things that we wanted to do was to see their kids open their presents on Christmas. My wife was just, we gotta go see them. And it was just such a magical time, such a wonderful time to see the kids and to see them open their gifts and just their eyes just open and just the wonder and just the joy. There were so much beautiful moments as a part of this, and it really just got me thinking about the different things we've been talking about of, am I ready for kids? Are we ready for kids? Are you ever ready for kids? And really wanted to take this opportunity to think about and recognize what Christmas is like from a kid's perspective. As a child, I never really had much of a tradition. It felt like just an holiday. Especially when you grow up in church, it feels like every Christmas you go to church. So Christmas was usually the day we get up and we go to church and we, read scriptures. We talk about the nativity story, talk about, the reason for the season. And this Christmas is somewhat special because it's the first time that I feel like we are able to see these kids. We've been around them since they've been born, and we've really been with them for a very long time, but it was just so beautiful. They're old enough now to be saying words, walking on their own, and just to see how they interact with each other. There were such beautiful moments of they both get presents and they share with each other. They get presents and they're having a jolly old time with toys, and they had toys from Santa and they had very meaningful gifts from parents, and that was something very strategic for sure. My friends are very intentional in that way, but it was just really cute to see the gifts that they got from the parents. One of them, the older kid, got his own Bible, and that for me was very interesting. And to know that he asked for it. That was one of the things that he asked for, and it was just magical time sitting there just seeing them and enjoying the time with them, seeing how it is that what Christmas meant to them. They woke us up at 6:30. I went to bed at about 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m. Others went to bed at like 4 and 5 a.m. trying to get food ready for today and all that stuff. We just drove like a boatload of hours, and as you know, as the man, I had to drive all of it, so I was pretty tired by the time we got here. And it was just, even though I didn't want to wake up, just knowing the kids were ready. I could hear them in the background. My friend called me to say, okay, the kids are up, we need to get going. I jumped out of bed and we all jumped out and saw them, and it was just so heartwarming. Life is really different when you have kids. It's really different when it is that you listen and see the world through their eyes. They are just such pure souls, and there is no malice, there is no ill will, there is no ill intention from them. And that for me was very awe-inspiring, because as I said, I'm kind of like an only child, and one of the things is that the closest sibling I had was my cousin, and we would see each other every week, and we would see each other for the most special events. So that was probably the closest sibling that I had. But really, it's different when it is that you live with someone every day some of the values that you both get instilled, and it was a wonderful time just to and see them opening the gifts and the joy they had and the love that they were sharing with each other and the love that they were sharing to us, my wife and I, and their parents. It was very inspiring. And this is the reason why sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for kids. But at the same time, I'm like, dang, like I know the work that went into preparing these gifts and buying these gifts and, you know, the intentionality and the finances that it takes to do these. And while we were driving down, we kind of talked about our own Christmas traditions. My wife gave me a story about how her parents would have her write letters to baby Jesus. And during the Christmas Eve in the Nativity, my wife is from a Hispanic background, so couldn't remember the Spanish word. Navidad. No. Feliz Navidad. That's Merry Christmas. Man. She spoke about the baby Jesus with the Nativity, and like during the time after they wrote their letters, the baby Jesus would leave, and then they would get gifts, and baby Jesus would return. And I was like, interesting. Never heard that before. And she spoke on how those moments of writing to baby Jesus helped her to have more time to speak with the Lord. And it really gives me courage and thoughts about what traditions will we have when we have kids? What traditions will we instill when we have kids? And how will our tradition connect to Christ? I don't think it's a coincidence that the season is built on gifts, and really every time when you watch movies, it's like the kids are like the ones who are most excited about Christmas and going and opening the presents. And the real reason that Christmas is about is because of a baby who is in a manger, who was sent to us as God with us, Emmanuel, you know. And it was really refreshing to just be very calm, to be able to sleep a little bit, you know, to have a very mellow like morning, but really to reflect on what is important, you know. So I had fun. I'm having fun. We're about to have like a boatload of food. It's been difficult because I am fasting. That's another episode for another day. So like I'm fasting, and it's been very difficult because when I started fasting, they started cooking, and the house was just full of stuff. But in ending, I really just want to just wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I hope that your family and friends and the time that you're spending with them is well worth it. I know not everyone has a amazing time with their family when they get together, but I hope this Christmas that you're surrounded by the people who love you, and surrounded by the people who cared for you, and the people who were a big part of your year as we are ending 2025. For me, it's been a while since I've had Christmas with my family. And when I say my family, I'm speaking the family I grew up with. As I'm, living in a different country, it's very difficult to see them every Christmas or see them during this time. Prices are very expensive to go back home. So, it's always good when we try to call each other and we try to talk. I spoke with my mom today, and it's just a wonderful time just to, think about all the times that we've had and the things that we've gone through in 2025. But yeah, it's always good to just remember what Christmas is about. Remember what the reason for the season. Remember, who is most important to you. So, Merry Christmas. Good night to all, and to all, a good night.